Good morning, Jeremy. Here's the updates you had texted me that I've integrated into the case now. First off is the 3" by 3" square mounting holes for the 1024 countersunk. I've had to thicken the bottom just a little bit because, as you can see, there's just a little bit of space left there now. Had to thicken it from 1/8 of an inch, so 0.125, to 0.150, just 25 thousandths of an inch thicker, because there wasn't quite enough thickness left there, and the countersink was going through the bottom. The taper was going through the bottom. So now we've got the taper with just a little bit of solid material left over. So that being said, I also widened it now. So between the two sides, the widest we can go using standard material size. This gives you just about 5 1/8 inches now. So let me show you what that looks like when it's all assembled together. It's one ring in there. So that gives you definitely a lot more room in here to be able to plug stuff in. And one thing I need from you, I don't know if you have calipers or not, but it would be great if you could measure, because I don't have the exact hat and I don't know exactly how tall this sits, and it might not matter, but wherever the very top part of it is, like whether it's this or this, but what is the space between the top of that and the bottom of this board, or even just where the board sits, like from the top of this PCB to the bottom of the I/O board. Right now I've got it about 664, so just under 7, no, just under, well, whatever it is, 664, more than a ½ inch, less than 3/4. My math isn't working this morning real good on the fractions, but anyway, if you've got a way to measure to see how far or how tall this board sits off of that, because this isn't the exact SK-Pang board, that would help me a lot, knowing basically what I've got to make that top look like, because we're so close right now with this board from what I'm looking at that we might be able to just do a flat 1/4 inch if the stuff doesn't stick up that high, and we could still do a flat 1/4 inch too. The reason I guess I'm leaning toward using a ½ inch and milling it, like the inside a bit, because I have ½ inch material here. 1/4 inch isn't a standard material that I use, and I really like to stay in standard material sizes if we can. Okay, also that being said, if I'm understanding your text right, we were talking about doing these ½ inch spacers in aluminum, but if you have to go really tall, possibly 3D printing an 1.5 inch spacer, I think is what you were saying. All I was saying before is that if we wanted to make this all one solid piece of aluminum, I can get 1.5 inch, from the bottom to the top of this here, because it's just under ½ inch is what we got going on now, 1.35. So I can get that as one solid piece of material if you wanted to do that, because I don't know about drilling side holes, where there's a mounting, two pieces mount together. I don't know if that's going to mess up or be hard to drill like that. But like you said, if you 3D printed a piece of plastic too that is the spacer that's taller as a solid piece, that'd be really easy to drill through. So I guess I'm looking right now is to see how close are we. Are there any other changes we want to make or adjustments? This is where we're at right now. Again, just over 5 1/8 inches on the inside width, and it's just under 6 inches total from the very tip to the very tip this way, and just under 8 inches this way. So it's essentially 6 by 8 is what we're looking at right now for the overall outer size, with the inside being 7 1/8 by 5 1/8. All right, Jeremy, let me know what your thoughts are on that, and if we're close, I can send it to the 3D printer and start test fitting and see where we are with that. If you could let me know the height of that board, SK-Pang, off of the other board, and let me know if you want to go just with these ½ inch spacers and 3D print an 1.5 inch, or if you want to go this whole thing as a solid 1.5 inch piece of aluminum. Let me know. All right, thank you.